अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक है वो है नॉवलिस्ट ऑफ द लेटर विक्टोरियन एरा। सो इससे के पहले हमने जो टॉपिक किया था वो था पोइट्स ऑफ लेटर विक्टोरियन पीरियड। इस उसमें प्री राफेलाइट पोइट्स थे, द डिकेडेंट और द एस्थेटिक मूवमेंट था। ठीक है जी, उसमें हमने ऑस्कर वाइल्ड को कवर किया था, लेकिन दैट वाज वेरी ब्रीफ। सो ऑस्कर वाइल्ड जो है वो आगे भी आएगा, यू विल स्टडी इट इन द डिटेल। ओके, तो आज जो टॉपिक है वो है नॉवेलिस्ट ऑफ द लेटर विक्टोरियन पीरियड। सो द नॉवेल्स इन द लेटर विक्टोरियन पीरियड took a new trend. Because, why was it? Because the novels written during this period may be called as the modern novels. Okay, and the novelist in the later Victorian period took a new trend in writing novels, which was quite different from the early Victorian period. Okay, that's why they are also termed as the modern novels. Some of the important novelists of this era were Thomas Hardy, Meredith and George Eliot. ओके, यहाँ पे एक ब्रीफ सी बात मैं आपको बताऊंगी, जो बाद में उसमें उस पर एक अलग सा लेक्चर आएगा, लेकिन ये बात जहन नशीन कर ले कि जॉर्ज एलियट जो है दैट्स अ वुमेन, हर रियल नेम वाज मैरी एन एवंस. ओके, so the important novelists of this era were Hardy, Meredith and George Eliot. And George Eliot lived in a much larger world of ideas. She lived in the world of ideas. Okay, while Meredith was partly educated in Germany. ठीक है जी, जो मेरेडिथ नॉवेलिस्ट था लेटर विक्टोरियन एरा का, ही वॉज पार्टली एजुकेटेड इन Germany and was influenced by French writers. Okay, and that's why he developed a critical view of England and its literature. What happened with Meredith? That he was partly educated in Germany, partly educated था कहाँ पे, जर्मनी में, एंड इस वजह से वो इन्फ्लुएंस हुआ किसके, फ्रेंच राइटर्स से, एंड देयर वर therefore he developed a highly critical view of England and its literature. Okay, the next point we have is that we will talk about Eliot in detail in this lecture, while in the next video or in the next lecture we will talk in detail about George Eliot. Okay, so Thomas Hardy, who lived from 1840 to 1928. He was one of the greatest novelists of the later Victorian period. Okay, and he at heart was although a poet, but he also expressed himself in words. And his view towards life was very pessimistic, मतलब नाउमीदी की तरफ वो देखता था लाइफ में. लोग कहते हैं कि पुरुमीद होना चाहिए, लेकिन ये बंदा जो था वो हर वक्त नाउमीदी में रहता था. ठीक है जी, and he has all that, and that's the reason he has written tragedies. Okay, what's the reason he has Hardy has written tragedies? That the reason for his tragedy was that his life, his attitude towards life was very pessimistic, and he all thought that there's some kind of malignant power which controls the whole universe. और ये जो दोनों चीज़ें हैं ना, malignant power in which he believed that the universe controlled due to that power, and this pessimism is available और आप abundantly आपको मिलेगा उसके novel Death of the D'Urbervilles में. ठीक है जी, so the next point we have that he also lived his major portion of his life near Dorchester. ठीक है जी, then the next point we have is that some of his amazing novels, whose novels Hardy, some of his great novels of Hardy are Death of the D'Urbervilles, The Return of the Native, and The Mayor of the Castle Bridge. ठीक है जी, ये कुछ ग्रेट नॉवेल्स थे किसके? थॉमस हार्डी के, ठीक है जी। एंड इन द नेक्स्ट lecture or in the next video we will discuss George Eliot and Robert Louis Stevenson. Okay, we will discuss these two writers in the next video or in the next lecture. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.